Either you're a brand new channel or you're existing but you are struggling with views. I'm going to tell you the three biggest secrets on YouTube for views. If you tick these three boxes in 3 days, your views are going to multiply by 10. So right about now, if you are getting 200, you get 2,000 views immediately every single day. You see, on my main channel, I implemented these, and till date, I get about 8,000 views every day, even if I don't post at all for the next 2 weeks. So the baseline is 8,000 views. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started with the three boxes. The box number one is before you come to YouTube. Most people don't do that. Everybody wants to open a YouTube channel and boom, they're on YouTube. No, there are certain things you have to do before you even create your channel at all. But I'm not saying if you have created your channel that this will not work. It still works like magic, but you have to tick those boxes. What are these first things in the first box before you come to YouTube? Number one, niching and macro niching. I can tell you everybody wants to be everywhere. Oh, I like sports. I like to cook. I like to talk about children. I like psychology. Oh, I want to encourage people in self-help. You cannot merge all of that together on a channel. The algorithm is not going to like it. You're going to confuse the algorithm. You see, gone are the days, 12 years ago, 10 years ago on YouTube, you can do all of that. The algorithm was not smart. But you see, this era, the algorithm is so smart, and the whole YouTube is about recommendation. So when YouTube doesn't know who to recommend your videos to, then you will never have views. And how do you know that? Go to your impression page. You won't have impressions. And if YouTube is not showing you to enough eyeballs, how will people even click in the first place? You have no chance to even see anything because YouTube is not recommending you. The only way to get recommended every single time is by niching. This channel, I only teach YouTube. I have a channel that even by a margin is almost the same with what I'm teaching here. But what did I do? I moved out people away from my normal YouTube channel where I teach making money online. I have about 14 channels. You could be saying, but some of them are not monetized. Why not put them together? You are going to confuse the algorithm. It's better you are delayed than denied. If you start up by posting all kinds of things on your channel, there is no day, and mark my words, that channel is going to blow out because YouTube is going to be very confused. If one video spiral out and brings a lot of volume, they won't see any other thing to watch. Because the one that goes out might be for boating. And now you have people who need football. So are they going to watch the same thing? No, they just come in and go out. But for you to have a successful YouTube channel, before you go to YouTube, look for your niche and don't just look for a broad niche. Don't say parenting. Parenting is huge. Look for how to rear a female child. And I say rear, how to grow up, how to train. You get what I'm saying? So you go into the little one that is so tiny. That's where you start from. Then you start building it out. When you are expanding, you can expand. But for the first time, go narrow to the least. That's where your success lies. And as soon as you gather these, then you go to my number two inside the box one, which is for you to create purpose for that channel. You see, you have to start treating your YouTube channel like a radio and TV station. If you say Channels TV, for example, in Nigeria, or AIT, we practically know that Channels is all about news. You won't go to Channels if you want to watch football or wrestling. No, that's not it. We all know NTA. I don't even know what NTA is all about. If you know it, please say it in the comment section. They are just neither here nor there, and that's why they are not successful. They are never nominated for anything best anywhere, which is why you need your purpose. So as soon as you niche down, what is the purpose on that channel? My purpose on this channel is to ensure that African YouTubers, in quotes, African YouTubers are successful using the strategies that works with Africa. I can tell you YouTube in Africa is not the same with people abroad, because people abroad, they don't really worry about data. They have millions of people who are online educated and they can watch videos and then high RPM and high revenue. It doesn't work like that in Africa. So you need to know how the African settings work. If you're listening to those guys teaching abroad, of course you'll be implementing it and you won't see results because it's different. Different landmark, different terrain, different society, different ideology, different economic situation. So that's why I set up Giants Tube. So I can teach the African way of YouTube to make sure you are successful at the fastest and clearest way possible. That is my mission statement on here. What is the mission statement for your channel? You have to get that. That's what you do off YouTube before you even get to YouTube. And it is these that will let you form your community. You see, naturally, when I want to teach Africans YouTube, I already section the community because now we are brothers who are trying to achieve greatness on YouTube. That's my community. So it's easier. Even when you see my thumbnail, you see my face, you already know, this is the guy. We are also going to the same place together. We want to build this together. We want to achieve greatness together. It's easier to be the community. But when your channel has no representation, it is not going to grow. And from there, remember, when you have a community that you are close to, you need to start giving gifts, because if you are the father of everyone, a father will always provide. So you have to look for a way to help them. Either you are doing shout out for them, you are helping them with thumbnails. That's on this channel. If yours is something else, you have to continue to give. On my main channel, I give logins. Maybe it's Canva login, Grammarly login. Sometimes I give data, just to spice it up, to make sure that everybody is still together. Sometimes you have courses, I have courses. I give that out for free to some people, on their birthdays and all. I just do all of that so everybody can stay excited and continue to move towards the direction of having success in what your mission statement is. I hope this is clear. That is box 1. You have to tick all these things before you even come to YouTube. But now when you come to YouTube, is box 2. The box 2 now is when I am now on YouTube. What am I going to do? The first thing you do when you are now on YouTube is to structure your channel. Don't just go there and create to whom it may concern topics. You create one here, create one here. Even when you have macro niched, you have to section it. And the way you section is, think about it. If you are targeting beginners, if a beginner comes here and says, how to open a YouTube channel, that's the first line. After he opens, what would they do? How to get headlines for my YouTube videos. What do they do after that? How to create my first YouTube stream. What do they do after that? How to write description. You see, I am thinking like a beginner. If I want to make videos for people who are already YouTubers and are not beginners, who already have existing YouTube, then I'm going to say, how do I have views? Just like I'm doing now, you can see the best secrets to doing it, things you missed on YouTube that's not making you have views. So I'm going to section it like that. I'll tell you more about structure because it's a little bit deep. I'll show you more before I finish today. But that's the first thing you do when you're on YouTube before you hit record. And then after that, every of your title that you have the idea you want to make, please make sure they are viral worthy. That's one thing most people miss. Don't just write your titles like titles. Look for the closest thing to virality at that point that you are making that video and tag it to it. For example, ChatGPT went viral some time ago. I kept using ChatGPT in my own titles. No matter what I do, I will find a way to slot ChatGPT in. Now it's going down, so I've stopped using it. But it's one thing that you have to now inculcate in every of your titles, so you can jump on that virality at that moment. And when the virality goes away, you can always edit your titles and then send it back to normal for our algorithm to pick it up. I hope you get this. That's the second thing you have to do when you're on YouTube. And then the most important one to me by far is your thumbnail. Thumbnail is what everybody says before they click. So like I said, everybody that ever clicked your video, did you get them satisfied to the point that if they see your video again anywhere, they are going to click? You see, if people have a good experience about you, next time YouTube suggests your videos to them, they'll gladly click. But if you have a very bad video, even if somebody watches the first time, if YouTube suggests the next time, they will not click. And that means lower click-through rate. And that's the problem with your thumbnail. So ensure your thumbnail is top-notch. Make it so catchy, because there are lots of people on that YouTube. You want yours to stand out. Do that. But most importantly, even if it's only 5 people that saw your video, were they satisfied? That's one thing you should do. And that takes me to the next one, which is audience retention. Because if you cannot retain audiences, people click on you and click out. What is that? Make sure you create high quality content if you want to stay on YouTube. If this is what you want to do, of course, do it well, because it's always very important. And don't forget, for you to do this, you need your gadgets. Little by little, start improving. It might not be that good in the beginning, but put it in mind that every penny you make is going to be powered back to this YouTube channel to make it greater. And that is what you do on YouTube. What do you now do after you have created these videos and these tutorials and these wonderful comedy skits? All of this, what do you do after? Is the box number 3 that you have to tick. Look, no matter how good you are as a graphic designer, no matter how interesting you are and people are watching you all over, YouTube will not just take you from a brand new channel and blow you up to 1 million subscribers. It's not possible. YouTube has a way of making sure they only repay people who had stayed on them for long. You won't expect you to start YouTube today, 2 months later, then you have 100,000 subscribers. It might happen if you are extremely lucky, but that's like 0.001% of people. But the reality is, after all of these, what do? Consistency is key. You can't create 4, 5, 6 videos and you are tired. I always say this, make your benchmark 100 videos. When you get to 100 videos, if you are not monetized, you are not getting to every dream you want, then you can stop. But I can guarantee you, There is no one that makes 100 good videos and does not get monetized and get over the whole thing and make money. And YouTube is geometric progression. You start from zero, but at some point it's going to triple and quadruple, because the same thing you were doing when you made zero is the same thing you will do when you start making $5,000. So it's like you are planting to harvest later. Have that in your mentality. Don't see it as if I'm just suffering. I've posted 30 videos, nothing is coming, I'm not having views. Once that picks up, boom, all of the effort will pay off. So it takes me to number 2 of this box 3 is patience. You need to be patient, because that's it. It's not easy, I can tell you. I'm still in it. Sometimes you don't feel like recording. When I was to record this video, I got tired. I am saying, am I burning out? Because I'm providing content to 14 channels and I'm editing them alone. So it's quite very, very stressful. But I understand this is what life is all about. You have to be patient while you work hard so your future can be guaranteed. And that's what I want you to do as well as box number 3, which is after you post. Look, YouTube is a long journey, very long journey. It's not something you do in 1 year. Like joke, like play. I'm over 2 years, and it started like yesterday with almost 700 tutorials on my main channels and a lot of other ones on all other channels. You just have to continue to produce. No sleeping, no slumbering, no tiredness, whatever it is. Just make sure you know how to get yourself. If you can only make 2 videos per week, make it 2 videos. Don't just go ahead and create 7 videos this week and then next week you are creating nothing. That's not how the algorithm works. You have to feed it every single day. You can't just eat from morning till night heavily and then the next 4 days you are not eating. You will be lean. But even if you eat once in a day, tomorrow once in a day, you will be sustained. That's how YouTube is. Feed YouTube. Don't overfeed it. I hope that's clear. But I promised you I was going to tell you more about structuring, because that's where it starts from. If you don't structure correctly, you're going to struggle. I'm telling you, you won't get search-intent videos, you won't get browse. You're going to struggle for a long time. But for you to set up so that even when you're not posting, you're having views, it's all about structure. And I cover that in depth in this tutorial that is popping up to you now. Click on this tutorial and then everything. Let's go.